Hi guys, how you doing? Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right. Let's get started. So this workshop is we're essentially building a brand store based on a Shopify platform as the e-commerce platform. And we're going to be using the help of AI to basically start ideas of brainstorm names and all that. And so let me share my screen and let's get started on this one. Okay, you guys can see my screen.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have that design. Actually, ChatGPT, if you're not familiar yet with ChatGPT, there's you can actually upload screenshots or designs to ChatGPT. You can have it extract data or extract text or analyze the design. So let's try that out. I'm gonna upload the uh, the design for the Jeep, and then we'll ask it and see what it says. Okay, so it talks about the text, imagery, color scheme, and even talks about the theme and target audience, marketability, and then even provides recommendations. And so for this one, ChatGPT asked whether we want ideas for variations or other product suggestions uh, on here. So um, based on this, we can ask it to generate additional designs. But it pretty much understands that the design is within the like off-road vehicle. It's just resembling a Jeep. So let me let me just do this. Okay, so uh, there's additional research you can do if we want to verify like keywords and stuff for later, but looks like this one is able to identify that this is an off-road adventure lifestyle niche, and based on what I know, there's a huge group that are into this, especially the Jeep brand. So there's definitely a way to target or make designs that are not mentioning the Jeep name brand, but you can have like designs with Jeep in them in terms of like how the vehicle looks and one-liners that is understood within the niche. Anybody have a question so far? No questions? Okay, so once we have
Vashri has raised her hand, John. Could we please have her?
Uh, Sir, about the demographics, could you say more about?
Demographics. This ChatGPT provided this. So demographics is essentially the details of what it thinks the market is. So this is it says here that 18 to 50. The data that ChatGPT is able to find online is that It's predominantly within 18 to 50-year-old are the target customers. If you're going to market designs within this niche, and that it says here as well that it's male dominated, appeals to adventurous women, but it's male dominated. And so also talks about location and lifestyle. So this one can all be used to essentially, like when you're already doing targeting or running ads and stuff, you can specify the age range, and then the gender, even locations. So this is something that you can use to essentially create your what you call customer avatar. So like, have you ever received like an email like from a brand and it's saying Shuba, it talks about the maybe an item or something about a blog from a website or a brand that you follow, and then you feel like the email was specifically for you, like you felt the email was talking to you directly. So that means that that brand, it actually has, whenever you feel like that you feel the email is specifically for you, even though that email would have been sent to maybe 5,000 people. The reason why you feel that way is because that brand has created their customer avatar. They basically identified this is for teenagers, teenage girls, and whatever is included within like this like a demographic information, like the teenager girl in high school per se, right? And then read books, whatever the definition is, that's they've written the customer avatar, and so they're able to target their target market and speak to them directly. Anybody have questions so far, or do you want us to keep going?
Anybody, any questions? At the moment, Pratham, Shubhashri, Tanya, anybody?
No?
No.
John, can we start registering with the Shopify
Yeah.
account and then proceed further?
Yeah,
According to Surya?
I will send let me just send the invites to the team leaders. Give me 1 second here while I work on this.
Sure. Team leaders can check their inboxes. You should open your Gmail account on the side so that you can
Alright,
take a look
yeah.
at the invites.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Pratham, Reet, Mishti, Nived, and Aravir.
Nothing really.
Anybody has questions while I send this invites to the team leaders?
You can raise your hands if you have questions. John would be very happy to answer. Okay, Shubhashri has a question for you, John.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
So just asking, if there already exists t-shirts or sweatshirts like this, why would people want to come to buy from one specific website?
Okay, so nowadays you've probably seen there's a lot of like hoodies or t-shirts printed online, and a lot of them will be like within the same price range, and you've probably seen the same design, the same phrases. So a lot of those are essentially what I call a Me Too e-commerce store, right? So when it comes to that, they might have sales here and there. Like you said, why would someone, sell the same? Well, that's where the branding comes in. So you basically have a brand story, and then you will have the brand promise, and we'll work on all of that using ChatGPT. But essentially, you will have to have your own angle, right? Like a reason why someone would buy from you, even though okay, you're selling a hoodie with this phrase. But that one takes time, but that's how it is to do it. You would have to basically do brand awareness campaigns, and essentially position yourself in the market as the store or brand that they can buy high quality hoodies within this market. Because if you just have like a random name, you don't have a brand story, and you don't do brand awareness campaigns and all that, and nothing makes you basically separates you from the market, then they're just gonna see you as one of the stores.
I
So-
hope it answers your question, Shubha.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's wonderful. John, have you sent them the invites?
I've sent the first one. Let me work on the rest.
Okay, in the meantime, the floor is open for more questions. Reet, Tanya, Naved, any questions?
I have
Mansi,
cleared.
Nishay, anybody? You can ask questions related to other products also. It doesn't have to be just the hoodies.
Correct.
Yeah. Any more questions? Has anybody ever tried their hand at selling something online?
I currently run a clothing brand, so yeah, kinda.
Yeah, okay, that's wonderful. Anybody else? Yeah, Pratham does run a clothing brand. Yeah.
I'm trying to start a dropshipping website,
Okay, that's super cool.
but I know all about it, but I couldn't say that I'm experienced in the field.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. So, how has your experience been so far?
Has been good. But still, I'm still trying to select all that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that market and what I selected our market, but what should be our product. That's what I'm focusing on right now.
Okay, what should be your product? That's your major question. John probably has an input on that. John, what do you think?
No, actually, okay, according to our market, should I tell the market first? So John can give some inputs.
John, could you please help them with the question?
Okay. Can you repeat your question? I heard the drop shipping.
Yeah, so I'm targeting Gen Z, but you see, Gen Z, I'm targeting the field Gen Z fashion. But the problem I'm facing is that uh, it changes a lot. It changes very rapidly. So, how do I keep a varied selection of up to date fashion items?
That's a very challenging question to answer. I think you already have the answer to your question. The if when it's fashion and it's not and it's as wide as Gen Z, and you said like there's new designs or new styles that are coming out, it is going to be very challenging to really keep up. I won't have an answer for you as to what you need to focus on in terms of like because it's a fast moving market. It sounds like there will always be like new designs, new styles, and if you're into drop shipping, then the supplier will have to come up with that, and it's just very fast moving, and so it might really be challenging to do that. Focus on a specific one for the Gen Z apparel or fashion, just because it moves too fast. And to be honest with you, there are some niches. That's why when you do product research and market research, there are quite a bit of niches that it's going to be very challenging to bootstrap and just start as a dropship store a lot of the other players are like like big companies with budget and all that, because for you to be able to keep up with the speed, you will really have to have, you know, your team in place. It's very challenging to do that in a very fast moving space without a team in place and budget, right? I would personally not do anything that will be drop shipping on a fast moving market like that, because it's just that it takes a lot of effort and a lot of like there's so many things that moves in terms of like when the, you know, fashion changes. Like, I don't know how fast it is in the Gen Z in the niche that you're speaking about, because I'm a Gen X, so I'm old. So no idea, but yeah, first try, you know, you have to always keep moving forward and test, right? And never be afraid to like to look at your losses per se, because not a lot of people make it in the first try or first idea or first niche. Especially, there's a lot of technical stuff that you need to learn in e-commerce. And so yeah, I would say look into that closely, because you might be putting a lot of effort in something that that would be very challenging to do for a startup without a team in place and a budget. That's what I think.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I hope that answers Sarvagya's questions. Uh, okay. Do we have any other questions?
Hi, Swadha. Hi, John. This is Simrat. I'm traveling and on my way to the airport. So good to see you all here. So John, I just wanted you to share a business idea and how to build a store. If you could, just give a demo to the students on how to build the store. If you could build a preliminary store so that they could go in their break rooms and then build a store. So if you could just give a quick demonstration on building a store, what your idea is, your business idea, and if you could quickly, show them how to build one.
Oh, we're starting with that off-road vehicle niche, and so we're gonna work with ChatGPT to essentially write a brand story, and then we'll work on the about us, mission and vision, and all that brand promise. And then the Shopify stores are already like the accounts are created. I'm sending the invites now.
All right.
So the team leaders can actually log in and kind of just look at the back end. And then a part of this workshop today, we'll work on like adding the about us, creating the about us page, and then the mission and vision and all that. But essentially, just identifying a niche, and then writing out the brand story, because brand building.
Right. All right. Okay, please go ahead, John. Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions while I send the last two invites to the team leads?
Hello.
Yes, somebody has a question. Could you please, yeah.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you're perfectly audible, Jevin. Please go ahead.
Actually, I have one simple question. What do you think is the biggest challenge when starting an e-commerce store initially on the starting phase of the business?
I'm sorry, Jerry, can you repeat your question?
Okay. What, according to you, what is the biggest challenge when starting an e-commerce store initially? And what do you think about the silly mistake that the young entrepreneurs like us that make in the first phase of the starting the business?
Okay. Wow. That's not a simple question to answer, right? Because there's a lot. To be honest with you, there's a lot to that it involves, right? So there's a few things, right? But I think the biggest challenge would essentially be, okay, if you don't have a budget for first off, before you're able to sell anything, you need a platform to sell your items from, right? So I would say that the biggest challenge if you don't have a budget is the Shopify store, right? You either pay with time or you pay with money. And if you don't have the money, you would have to learn how to build the Shopify store yourself. And not a lot of people are technical. It might be very challenging for people to understand, even though Shopify is essentially, very user friendly. But it's a lot to do with that technical side, because you will have to have a place to sell your products from. So that's what I would say. Because if you don't have a platform to sell your products, you may have a great idea, but there's no transactional, thing that goes with it. You cannot transact without a platform. Does that answer your question, Jayvin?
Jayvin, does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Very well. I think my surrounding is a bit noisy, so I'll be conversing with you in text.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, that's wonderful. Any more questions? And have the leaders received their invites?
I'm sending the last two right now. Give me a
Yes,
second.
right now. Okay, wonderful. Anybody, any questions related to other products, apprehensions, questions about branding? You can ask John. Please, and you can also ask John other questions related to his life, his career, his experience with e-commerce, things like that. Mansi, you're always brimming up with questions. Do you have any questions for John?
No, I don't have any questions as of now.
Okay. Sanvi? Okay, Jevin has a question which he has written in the chat box. John, could you please answer that? While
Okay.
creating our team, what quality should the team members have? What background should they belong to?
Oh, Jayvin, so you're talking about like building a team already in terms of like to be able to run the operations and do marketing and stuff. That's quite a bit, right? So there's a few things involved with regard to operating an e-commerce store. Of course, you have operations where you process, the orders and fulfillment and all that, and then you have the marketing and sales team because you will have to make the sales, so you have revenue coming in. A small business, depends on the cash flow. You work with a little budget, and you want to be able to, move money around. Like you're paying ads, or you're making, or you're creating content, or paying for software like Shopify. And the other software essentially that's required depending on your setup of your brand. And so you'll have the fulfillment, of course. Those are the three main things, really. Operations, you have sales and marketing, and then customer service is the third one. So that's what you'll have to look into if you have already like a funding per se, and then you need to get or build your team. Those are like the main departments that would require to have in the team. Does that answer your question, Jayvin?
I guess it does. And John, we have a little hiccup here. Aravir's link has expired. He's one of the team leaders, and Jevin is very satisfied with your answer.
A second. So
So everyone, as we talked about earlier, So
Yes.
the point of this workshop is that towards that you will be learning how to set up your own
Yeah.
e-commerce store from John, and you'll be learning everything about how to register a product. So shortly you'll be split into teams. We have already decided the leaders. They've been offered those positions. I can see that Reet is smiling a little because she's been offered a position like that. And shortly we'll see that it'll go in that action.
Okay, guys, I have Sahaj, and I want to ask you this question. We were talking about it in the background. We are very interested in what ideas you guys have. If you were to sell something, what would you sell? And you can be as creative. There is total creative freedom there.
Well, we have Pratham here who already runs a t-shirt company. Would you like to give us an insight, Pratham?
So currently, what me and basically one of my friends who we started together with, so we both started on a very small area, which is the retro vibe. So we focus on the black and white colors in the whole store. So the whole store, the designs, the t-shirts are all black and white. And yeah, so we're just in that niche where it's a minimalist black and white brand. So the people who are interested in that kind of clothing, where they're simple but fashionable, you can wear them to casual occasions as well as just for your house, like when you're just walking around in your house. It's fit for both, used in almost everywhere except formals. So yeah, the idea was basically giving people something that they can wear almost everywhere while it being comfortable for an affordable price.
Oh, that's wonderful. A wonderful insight, Pratham. Yes, anybody, any interesting idea? I mean, something out of the box. I mean, you guys are creative folks. Go ahead. Tell us about one crazy idea which you think nobody's selling that, or maybe it could be the next big trend. Reet has an idea. I can tell from her subtle smile. Reet, please tell us what are you thinking about?
Well, it's not really an extraordinary idea, but I was thinking like a couple months back about like a thrift store actually, because if you've noticed right now, right, there's a huge rise in sustainable fashion, and if you go onto Instagram especially, there's so many pages that are selling like thrifted clothes, but they're just selling them through Instagram itself. So you DM them and they'll just like ship it to you through courier. But most of them aren't really using like proper sites for it, right? And there's a lot of demand if you notice. There's so many new accounts popping up every day. So I think having a proper site for something like that where you can sell somewhat thrifted clothes, you know, which have like timeless fashion and they're also like pretty cheap and they help sustainable fashion grow. So I think that would be pretty nice.
That's
Okay.
wonderful. Pre-loved
John?
clothing. Yeah.
Share the
So
insights
Arvi
about-
has raised his hand. Arvi, please.
Yes, so like I had an idea for this for like a while. So like we want to we will create like an AI for the customers or like the consumers. So like how they want to build the clothes, like they would have the option to which fabric, then which design. So they would want to create it with the AI, and we will get the final product. Then we would customize it for them and we would ship it out to them.
Okay.
Like it would basically for them only. Like we wouldn't sell. They would give their idea and we would make it and we would just sell.
That sounds amazing, Aravi. John, you heard some really amazing ideas by our 3 club members. Could you
Yeah.
give an insight about that?
Okay, first with Reed, you mentioned, is it you said thrift stores? Was it did I hear you correctly?
Yes, but specifically for like clothing and more so Gen Z clothing. Yeah.
Okay, so question to you, because when I started Amazon years ago, I was going to thrift stores and scanning different items, and I would find gold, very good items. Like there was one CD that I purchased for $4.99. I was able to sell on Amazon for $80. Right. The problem with that I have was that it's not repeatable. I only find one of the CD, and I couldn't find it again. So that would be a part of like it's a one of the constant moving models, because you would take a picture and post, and if you sell that already, then that's that. So I think that's one of the things that can be, if you have there's a lot of like taking pictures and you only use it one time, so that's that. You
Yeah.
don't have like 10 of the same designs and all that. So
I think that's why mostly people do this on Instagram, because it's easier to just like make a post, put it up,
Yeah.
and then people sell it and it's just gone. But
yeah.
yeah, if I find a way to do that more efficiently through a website, I think it could work out. Yeah.
And for Aryavir, it's all about customization, right? Like there's a lot of stores now. There's a lot of apps actually on Shopify that you're able to make your own designs actually. I'm not sure as far as options in terms of like type of type of like material of the shirt per se, if you want cotton or a mix of cotton or spandex or whatever. But for the most part, the ones I've seen that uses the third-party customization apps on Shopify is it allows you to like some of them have like clip arts available and some designs, and then you can mix and match the design and basically customize, put a text on it, and then that will be saved in your order, and when you place the order, they're going to receive that design and basically print it out for you and ship it out. So yeah, there's definitely stores like that already. So that's technical part of that is solved by a third-party app. There's a few of them on Shopify that lets a customer do that.